And I surrender the session to God. I ask for protection around us, around our bodies, around our spaces, around all portals, vortexes, and technology. I ask that I see, hear, touch, taste, feel, smell only what I need to for the highest good of our group and the highest good of all beings. I ask for the tools and guidance needed for this session. I ask that all light workers, all ancestors be thoroughly cleansed in white light, be thoroughly vetted by our guides, and then we welcome you, we welcome your input, and we welcome your guidance. And we're grateful for your presence. Again, just want to repeat, I ask that you all be thoroughly vetted by our guides first. Cleansed in white light, and then we welcome you. Let's collapse all timelines, all energy bodies. Starting in body chemistry. Oh, hi, Loli. Starting in body chemistry and active memory. It's like a combo. Car accidents, time periods of delusion, time periods where the brain has been fuzzy and where it's come to our attention that we are asleep, that we've been asleep, sleepwalking. So we're in hormones and neurotransmitters. We're in the nuclei. We're actually in dopamine pathway. And it's a combination of dopamine and serotonin. This is production of dopamine. So we're going to increase production of dopamine and serotonin. Serotonin is in the gut brain and the dopamine is head. And we're going to rehab the whole pathway, the whole dopamine pathway, and do a circulation plug-in on that pathway. We're in the microbiome of the gut, and we're going to increase the peacekeepers of the gut brain to allow more production of serotonin. There's a parallel session here in a right elbow, inflammation in a right elbow. It is at that acupoint of large intestine 11. So it is on that large intestine meridian, and there's inflammation there. So we're gonna, so it's in that elbow. There's an active memory here of like being pulled in a direction we didn't want to go, being pulled in a direction we didn't want to go, and resisting, and that resisting created inflammation. And this is connecting to the being asleep. Like if we were awake, we couldn't have been so easily pulled in that direction. Okay, this is tap out. So take some saliva and put it on your chest. A little bit of saliva, put it on your chest. And then hold your temples. Hold your temples. And we are increasing production of dopamine in the brain and serotonin in the gut brain. We're doing a rehab with a circ plug-in on that whole dopamine pathway. And then release that. And you're going to hold opposite elbows and just rub like this in the crease of your elbow, right into this crease here, and rub. And breathe. Oof. Okay, and then you're going to start with your head turned, relax your hands, and start with your head turned to the right. And as you turn to your head to the left, you're going to take a deep breath in. And then you're going to exhale as you turn your head to the right, out through the mouth. Inhale, you're going to sweep your head across. Inhale to the left. And as you go to the right, exhale, and as you're sweeping the head. And as you're doing this and turning your head to the left, I want you to imagine a time where you are wide awake, where you are happy and you're doing something you really love doing. And as you turn your head to the right, I want you to breathe out all those times in your life where maybe you were sleepwalking or you weren't paying attention and you felt like you missed big parts of your life. Maybe this was like 2 years or some part of your life where you felt like you were asleep or not taking an active role. And as you inhale, head to the left, really see yourself playing and happy and doing something you love. And as you exhale, seeing that time where you were sleepy, where you were unconscious. Inhale, seeing yourself fully awake. And maybe you're very young and playing, or maybe it's recent. And as you exhale, breathing out that sleepiness, breathing out that dullness. Keep going. Inhale and exhale. Make sure you're turning the head each time. Inhaling the head to the left, seeing, visualizing, and maybe it's just a color you love. And exhaling, gray fog. And maybe the images are starting to shift and just let them shift. And about 3 more of these for each one of you. When you're ready, just be still and notice how you feel now. And notice if you're feeling more awake and alert. And we're going to do a five senses balance. We are harmonizing the 5 senses. All the senses, so the sense of touch and taste and smell and sight and sound. And we are anchoring those senses to the gut brain. So tap on your gut, just right over your belly. And we're harmonizing all 5. And we're balancing these to water element, to the flow of life, and to the willingness of life. Tapping on the head and the heart as well. The willingness of going with the flow, the willingness to keep going. But they're with our 5 senses harmonized and awake. So you can go with the flow and be asleep and just kind of inertia, or you can go with the flow as a choice and in tune with all the things around you. And it's quite different. At least it may be the same in practicality, but the experience of it is quite different. And end of session. End of session. Anything you want to add, anybody? Bless you all. Bless you, bless you. Love you.
I feel so good already. Already.
Hold on, I have a stone for you, Margaret. It's chrysoprase. Chrysoprase.
Oh, that is chrysoprase.
I'll send you a picture.
Okay.
Yeah, chrysoprase.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
We love
Bye.
you. Bye.
Love you.
Thank you.
Lisa, smoky quartz today.
I'm going to have to go to my office and get some because I left our crystals there from that other class. I've been missing all of them.
And Dawn, pyrite.
Pyrite. All right. I'll write it down.
Thank you.
And aventurine. You're welcome. You could use aventurine too.
Who, me? No.
Yeah, Lisa.
I don't know if I have some. I do. I have it in my office. Yeah, it's interesting. I've been feeling like I've been missing out because all my crystals are in my office, and I've been here, been missing.
You gotta get it.
I know. I guess there was a time. Who's this?
Yay!
Bye, you guys. Bobby and Griff, I'll keep you on. Bye, everybody. Actually, we'll be back. All right, bye.
Bye.
I keep trying.
Did you recognize me?